Hi, in this video we will see a common design pattern that you may have, that you may know, but you never use it a lot. In typical React.js project, you see this pattern where you have some component like post or table or some user list, simple component like this one, which is iterated. So basically, the title and description are passed as props. We call this a specialization, and then the prop is being rendered inside that particular component. This is very common. This is the pattern that I use and most of us use. Pattern called containment, where you enclose the component and in between you pass the children. Though we know this style, we tend not to use this. This video is to urge to use this pattern more and to use the specialization pattern whenever it's needed, because the UI is more like Lego blocks and people need the Lego blocks that you create. So let's see this example on how you could change this post component into this style of writing code. So let me create a title component and a body component. In a real world example, it will be a lot more complicated with div having class names, and there will be a lot of div inside div. So this is just a simple example. I recently came across a project where I wish the person had created components like this so that I could have reused lot of the code. It was so intertwined in this code, I was afraid to take it out, so I had to copy. So that is the reason, that is the point of this video. And since it's a TypeScript project, let me also create a children type. So yeah, I'm almost done. Okay. So yeah, so this post will be the wrapper component, which will have like flex or something, and then you have post.title and post.body. You could give however you want. I just like namespacing it like this. So yeah, it's the same thing. So this is the pattern that I wish it was more widely used than the specialization pattern. Let me console log each of the component. I want to show you the potential downside of it. Imagine we have a state in this home component. Okay, let me use state. I just want to demonstrate state. So if there is a state that is outside the post component, I mean, it's going to unnecessarily re-render the post even if it's not changed. I just want to demo it. So we may not be able to prevent the re-render. Okay, now if I click on the increment button, for some reason it's not showing the half of the script, please pardon me. So here when I click on the increment button, you see there are like re-rendering. This re-rendering is happening a lot. I cannot use memo and prevent it, because for this pattern it doesn't work out. So what I could create is, I will create a separate component and extract it here. Now we could use this as a specialized component. So the home.post will be a specialized component. So what I would suggest is move to the specialized component when you need some performance optimization, or if your component is really simple. Until then, prefer using the containment way of writing the code. So here, let me write this way. Okay, so I have the code working, but still it's re-rendering because we haven't used memo. So let me import memo and yeah, enclose this component in memo. Now there'll not be any re-rendering. So again, to recap, prefer using containment in case if you have some sort of a list and some sort of a re-rendering thing happening. Only then please extract it out. Other than that, please always prefer using containment way of writing. Probably you need to rewire your thinking. I'll show you some of the common libraries. This headless UI from Tailwind team was launched recently. You could take a look at their implementation. See, again, the same approach what I showed you. So they are creating this menu.item. In radio group they do the same thing. In disclosure component they do the same thing. So this gives us a lot of flexibility, right? And so it's just that we are not using this approach for some reason. I don't know if it's just the way of thinking. we have to adapt to this, maybe we have to rewire thinking. So yeah, if you could look around in this particular library. There is also Material UI library. It's a popular library. If you use, you will know that they have. If you were to use the table, you would use this way. Like there is a table wrapper component. There is table dot heading, table dot item, or table dot row, and there is table dot body, something like that. So you must be familiar with this Material UI library also, because this Material UI has been there for quite a long time, and they use this pattern a lot. So that's it about this video, and in our next video we will see something along the lines of table. I'll talk about another pattern, and until then, see you then. Bye. Thank you.